open up for questions after that.
I hope everybody's doing well. It's kind of a weird weather day today and tomorrow, so everybody stay safe because you never know in Alabama. Just a really fun weekend for us, to go down and first time since 2018 to play at Auburn. And then it just seemed like it was forever since we'd even played them, period. But just a good weekend for us. The pitchers threw well. We had some clutch hits, played pretty good defense. And, I think their pitching staff is going to be really, really good, by the end of their careers. So it was a good 3-game series for us.
All right, we'll start the questions with Robert.
Coach, this weekend you'll be going against Ashley Rogers for Tennessee, one of the best strikeout pitchers, rise ball pitchers. Can you talk about what you want your hitters, how you're going to prepare your hitters for to face her?
I think, it's almost like a really good curveball in baseball, because I've coached high school baseball, and a lot of people say, how do you hit a rise ball or how do you hit a drop ball? And really the answer is lay off it. If it's a really, really good rise ball, it's probably out of the zone to begin with. So anything that looks high coming into you is going to be higher by the time it gets to the plate. So the best advice is just don't swing. And the ball that gets hit is the rise ball that doesn't rise or the curve ball that doesn't curve. I can hear a ton of major league announcers saying, that was a hanger and, he ripped it. Well, it didn't curve. It just sat there. And a lot of rise balls, if they don't rise, they go a long ways. And, perhaps one of them was one of them that Bailey Dowling hit this past weekend. So you have to have really good plate discipline, see the ball down, and, be on time. So if it's out of the zone, we have to take it. And then we have to celebrate when we do take it because it's a good pitch.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Murph, can you talk about Bailey and the transition that she's made and the fact that, going from high school to a freshman in college, can't be that easy, but she's kind of making it look easy.
Yeah, she was definitely one of the best players in the country as a high schooler and a summer ball kid. She probably would have broke the high school record for home runs hit in a career, but she lost her entire senior year to COVID, and it was unfortunate because she's way up there in the record books. One thing that really impresses me the most about her is her body control, and she can make adjustments immediately. And there's very few kids, even older kids on our team, that can do that right now. Like I can say, do this, do this, do this, and it only takes one time for her to change or make that adjustment. So her body awareness, her control, her strength is really good. She's just a really good athlete. And you're right, it's very rare when a freshman come in. And, I put her down. I think I put her 7th in the lineup Friday night just to take a little pressure off her because she was hitting 4 or 5 for most of the year. And I thought, you know what, let's just slide her down a little bit. And I think she hit a home run Friday night, but and I think on Sunday she was back up to 5. So, and she came through again. But the more she sees, the better she's going to be because, obviously the pitching is really, really good in the SEC and in Division I. So the more she sees of it, she's going to recognize spin and location a lot better.
All right, go ahead, Katie.
Coach, you talked a couple weekends ago after one of the home weekends about just wait until Bailey Hemphill gets going. And obviously she got going this weekend. And then we kind of saw as the weekend went on that the Auburn pitching staff kind of started to go around her a little bit. So just kind of talk about how valuable it is for you as a coach to have the power and hitting you've had in the middle of the lineup right now, where it's kind of forcing opposing pitchers to choose who they're going to throw to. And it's tough because you got the speed at the top and the bottom and then the power in the middle.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because, we were all kind of waiting for it. And, it's just going to happen. It's the law of averages. She's just too good of a hitter. And you're right. She got walked 4 times and she got hit twice. So her on-base percentage in conference play only for the weekend is .833. So they didn't want any part of her at the end. and she was hitting the ball really, really hard. And, you know, the one home run might have been one of the longest I've ever seen, hit by an Alabama kid. And I think that just excited everybody else. I think it gives Bailey Dowling confidence. I think it gives Kaylee Tao confidence. I think Claire Jenkins, you know, she sees that. She wants to be a part of that. And I think I've mentioned before that good hitting is contagious, and so is bad hitting. But I think that the way Bailey was hitting is just contagious to everybody. And then when you have Mac, or Alyssa, or, you know, whoever else, KB Sides, you know, I kept saying to them, you know, Bailey's 2-batter, 3 batters away. So be on base when she gets up. Because, you know, if she gets on base, or she gets up to bat with nobody on and nobody out, or, you know, 2 outs and she's all by herself, you know, hey, that's an easy walk, right? We're just going to pitch around her. But when there's first and second and no outs or 1 out, then it's like, oh God, do I really walk the bases loaded here? And, you know, that helps us when people are on base. And for the most of the weekend, somebody was on base in front of her. So credit to Mac and KB and Alyssa Brown.
All right, go ahead, Robert.
Coach, Tennessee's number 2 looks to be Kelly Turner. She throws from the left side, as you know. How beneficial is it that you just faced Lowe from Auburn, who throws from the left side, and you face Pickett from North Carolina?
Oh, I think it's going to help a lot, you know. And her and Lexi Kilfoyle were teammates for quite a while, so they both know each other really well, and it was a heck of a tandem, you know, when they played together, because you got a lethal lefty and a lethal righty. So it was fun to watch that team. You know, but obviously Rogers is their go-to. She pitched a ton against LSU this past weekend, so it'll be another barn burner for sure. You know, their first 2 games with LSU were really, really close, and then the last game LSU got to them, and, you know, I think beat them in 5 innings. So it'll be another really good SEC series.
Go ahead again, Robert.
Coach, in game 3, you threw Lexi and then Montana in relief. If you were on the opposing side of that, where you have to face Kilfoyle and then Fouts, what would go through your mind?
Well, it's almost like facing a Major League Baseball team where you have the movement and the curveball or whatever. That kid comes first. And then you have the guy coming out of the pen that throws gas, you know, 98, 99, 100, whatever. And that's usually the recipe for a really good team. And if your reliever throws harder than the starter, that makes it even harder for the batters to catch up. And fortunately for us, that's what happened. And I think Montana hit 76 on the gun at one point. You know, it was on the scoreboard at Auburn. And, of course, everybody in the dugout was gasping, because if it's true, that's really, really hard. So it's kind of a winning combination for us.
Any other questions for Coach Murphy?
I just also wanted to give a shout out to both Coach Oates and Coach Christy Curry on making the NCAA tournament, and I know both of them are going to represent Alabama athletics and everybody in Tuscaloosa really well in the tournaments, and it's just a really exciting time right now for everybody in the athletic department. And obviously it started with football in the fall, but both basketballs have just done really, really good things, and you know, all of us in softball can't wait to watch both teams play.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, everybody.